What is up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. Now in today's video, what we're going to be talking about, we're going to be talking about the Netflix series slash book 13 Reasons Why. Now for those of you who are unfamiliar with what this TV show or book is about, basically about this girl right here, y'all can see. It's about this girl right there. Her name is Hannah Baker. And basically what she does, she commits suicide. But before she commits suicide, she pre-records 13 cassette tapes. And when she talks about the 13 people who she feels are responsible for her death and how they tied into her death, basically. And why she basically feels the way she does. And it's a really good show slash book overall. I had just finished the book today and it's really good, just like the show. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to point out some similarities and I'm going to point out differences throughout the whole thing. So let's get into it. And plus, I'm going to talk about what I think about the whole thing overall. Now, one of the similarities is obviously the characters, because there's a Hannah Baker in the book and there's a Hannah Baker in the movie. Obviously, all the characters are the same. And yeah, pretty much everything's the same, down to the characters, her working at the Crestmont with Clay, and her death. Well, speaking of her death is different. See, in the Netflix series right here, in the Netflix series, Hannah Baker, which is Catherine Langford's character. Shout out to Catherine Langford, you did a good job, girl, and your accent is so freaking adorable. In the Netflix series, Hannah commits suicide by cutting herself, versus in this book, Hannah commits suicide by taking pills. And in the book, Clay, the character Clay Jensen, he listens to all the tapes in one night and goes back to school the next day. Versus in the Netflix series, he listens to the tape throughout. He listens to tapes throughout every episode. Like he listens to one day, then the next day, then the other day. Like, yeah. And yeah, that's pretty much about it. And I just want to say this about the book and the movie. Well, not movie, the series. And plus another difference is one's a series and one's a book, obviously. And one thing that I want to say about the series and the book is this. Like, me and my coworker of mine, who I'm going to call Amy, from the previous story time that I had did about a message to a friend. If y'all haven't seen that video, I'm going to link it down below. But me and Amy, we were talking one day, and basically this book and this series, it basically opens your eyes up to real life. Like, this kind of stuff happens. This kind of stuff that happened in this book and this series, it happens. Like, you don't never know what a person's going through. And plus, that saying, actions speak louder than words, that is the most true saying if I heard it. Like, that is a damn true saying. Like, actions do speak louder than words. Because sometimes you can hurt someone without knowing that you're hurting them. Like, certain things you say or certain things you do might tick them off and they might brush it off, but on the inside, it tears them up. Like, you just gotta watch how you treat people, basically. And plus, people treated Hannah so wrong. Like, people thinking that she's a slut and all this kind of other stuff. And one boy had voted her best ass in the freshman class. Now, Alex Standall, his character, had voted her best ass in the freshman class and stuff like that. Like, people treated her so wrong. And plus, in my honest opinion, Hannah was basically too tenderhearted, which means nice. She was too tenderhearted. She basically opened up to people too quick, and to have it backfire in her face. Like, she's kind of like me, very tenderhearted. Like, if I was her, I pretty much would have cut everyone off completely and just focused on my schoolwork, basically. Because, like, you can't be too nice to people, basically. And when you're too nice to people, trust me, I know from experience, it backfires in your face and people basically think you're a pushover, obviously. And also, it also points out that teenage drama is just so petty. Like, it's just not worth the headache. Because once you graduate from high school, none of it's going to matter. Like, her friend Jessica Davis got mad because the guy named Alex Standall, he had um put Hannah and her on the hot or not list or something like that, and Hannah was voted hot and Jessica was voted not, and because of that she was mad at Hannah and she had attacked her at Monet's Garden Cafe or something like that. Like, Hannah, have you not watched the Bad Girls Club? You just do not let no bitch just haul off and try to punch you and attack you. And she even had pointed out in the book that she tried to block the hits, but Jessica just was hitting her anyways. Let me tell you. Now, I know I'm a guy and I don't put my hands on girls, but if I was a girl, let's just say Jessica would have been stretched out on that motherfucking floor. Let me tell you, that bitch would have been stretched out on that motherfucking floor, because bitch, you don't put your hands on me. I'm just saying. Like, I don't hit girls because I'm a guy, but if I was a girl, Jessica would have been stretched out on that floor. I'm just saying. Like, teenage drama is just so petty, and it's like they just obsess about some of the most stupid stuff that's not gonna matter once you graduate. Like, it's just petty. And also, the book kind of does the book, well, not the movie, I'm more specifically talking about the book. The book, this right here basically leaves you with a kind of mystery if you think about it, because she had said something. I remember I had read a chapter in the book where she had said something about a funeral, and Clay had said, "That's the thing, there wasn't a funeral, Hannah." So it kind of leaves you a little mystery there. Is Hannah still alive? Is she dead? Who knows? And also, like, it really lets you inside the mind of a suicide victim. Like, you don't know what's going on up here. You don't know what's going on in the person's mind because we're not mind readers. Like, you don't know what the person's thinking. Like, that's why it just burns me up when suicide victims, they don't talk to people. Like, I feel like that's what Hannah's main problem was. Like, she didn't communicate her feelings. She didn't talk about them. She just held it all inside. And in my opinion, again, this is my opinion. This is just my opinion. So please don't tear me up in the comments. This is just my opinion. In my opinion, I feel like Hannah didn't really communicate her feelings that well and expected people basically to play detective and figure them out. Like, honey, how are people supposed to know what's wrong with you if you don't talk? Like, speak, enunciate, talk. Let people know what's going on instead of holding them all inside, because you hold your feelings inside, it's going to drive you crazy. And pretty much, not only did people treat her wrong and take her kindness for weakness and stuff like that, but she really didn't have anyone to turn to besides her parents, in which there was a passage in this book, and I really hate to be a spoiler for anyone that hasn't read this book, but I'm just going to tell you anyways. There's a passage in this book where she's talking about her parents, in which her parents own like this store or something like that, and there's this new store coming to town, and like they're basically trying to struggle to get all their ducks in a row to make ends meet because they're afraid they might go out of business and whatever. So pretty much she didn't like really, pretty much her parents really didn't have time to talk with her and stuff like that. But if I was her, I just probably want to just try to at least get their attention, you know, because your parents are all you got. Like, you should have at least maybe tried to get their attention, maybe. Like, that's just my opinion. And also, let me say this, like, she kind of, well, there were rumors spread about her and stuff like that, and like, she kind of, you know, a little bit cared about how people perceived her, cared about what people thought about her, which really it shouldn't be that way because, honey, people may spread a rumor about you, but as long as you know deep down inside what's the truth, then those other people's opinions don't matter. Just shrug it off and keep it moving. And like with Clay, I remember there's a scene where they go to a party and basically they start making out and whatnot. And basically all this stuff starts coming into her head about the rumors and how people are perceiving her and stuff like that. And basically she doesn't want her so-called reputation to rub off on Clay and ruin his good reputation and stuff like that. And she basically pushes him away and stuff like that. And he tries to consult her, but she just tells him to get out and stuff like that. And he just basically leaves. Like, she wants him to stay and console her, but honey, you pushed him away when he was trying to help you. So, like, like, what was he supposed to do? Like, he shouldn't have stayed, but what was he supposed to do? Like, it is what it is. And also, back to the teenage world. Like, well, not only the teenage world, this is life in general. It's like people are quick to believe rumors than taking time out. Well, some, not all. Let me rephrase that. Like, some people are quick to believe rumors versus getting to know a person for real. Like, y'all only think you know Hannah Baker, but you don't. You only know her from the rumors that guys and girls are saying about her, saying she's a slut and this and that and all that kind of other stuff. Like, you don't know that girl. You've never met her before. You've never hung out with her. Like, you only think you know her because of this stupid list that she got the best ass in the freshman class and you think she giving it up to everybody. Like, no, you don't know her. Like, it's just crazy like that. It's just the way it is. That's just like with me when I was in high school. I was gay and people, they kind of, well, basically, let me say it like this. I was gay in high school, but I kind of wasn't, I kind of pretty much didn't own it. Like, I was kind of hiding it because I really didn't know how to be myself like that. And people basically thought they knew me because of what other people were saying about me. Like, some of them, they've never hung around me before. They never taken time out to get to know me. Like, you basically only think you know me because of what the rumors are saying. Basically, you think you know me because of what the rumors are saying, but you never actually taken time out to get to know me, to know the real me. You're only going by hearsay. You're not going by knowing me and talking to me, knowing my personality. And that's just like with Hannah. You only know her from the rumors. You don't know her as a person. Like, it's just crazy. And it just really amazes me. Hold on, my throat's itching. But it just amazes me that when someone dies, people want to appreciate that person. Where was all this love and support when that person was alive? It's only that he or she's dead that you want to appreciate them. Keep that same energy when that person's alive. Like, don't wait till the person's dead and gone and buried in the ground to show your remorse. Like, cherish that person while they're there. Because once they're gone, that's it. They're not coming back. So, all in all, like, watch how you treat people and just pay more attention to those around you because you never know what they're going through. And the early warnings of suicide were there, like when Hannah cut her hair off and came to Mr. Porter and had told him about the stuff that she was going through and stuff like that. Like, the early warning signs were there, but you were just too blind to see them. Like, even though Hannah's a fictional character, like, anyone could have saved their life. But in my honest opinion, I feel like somewhat she brought it on herself because you didn't communicate your feelings. You expected people to figure them out. Like, honey, you shouldn't have communicated your feelings in order for people to help you. But you just kept it all inside, and like, it just got the best of you, and it just pushed you over the edge. So yeah, that's just about it for this video. Like I had said, just watch how you treat people and keep an eye on those that are close to you, because you never, ever, 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 ever know what someone's going through. And even if they really don't know how to communicate their feelings, at least try to get it out of them. Try to encourage them to talk it out so you can help them and they can help themselves. And I feel like Hannah not only should have communicated her feelings, but I feel like people should have encouraged her to talk it out, to try to get the help, to try to help her, and plus get her the help that she needs. So yeah, that's just about it for this video. Like always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to link all my social media accounts in the description box down below, so feel free to add and follow me on those. Also, don't forget to turn that notification bell so you can get notified every time I upload a video. So, I'm out.